Great Monday morning, you all. How are you all doing? Happy Monday. This is your girl, Shan. As I say every week, I really hope and pray that you all had an amazing weekend, that you took time to just chill, reflect. I know a lot of people are accustomed to running. You know what I'm saying? But if we didn't learn anything else by being in the pandemic or since the pandemic started, we need to learn how to have some self-care. We need to learn how to chill. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn how to be able to operate in the spirit of peace. So like the country folks say, get your tail somewhere and sit down. Now, let me go ahead and speak about these good old church announcements. First up, tonight's show, Marriage Mondays with the Kings, okay? In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. For this month, what we are doing is going live every Monday, okay? Now, we've never done this. Good morning, honey. We are going live every Monday in this week, except for the last Monday, because y'all know, this is a federal holiday, the government off, we off, okay? So, let me clarify that. The last Monday in this month, we will not be live. But these first four, now let me tell y'all who we gonna have tonight. Now, I know y'all seen the flyers and everything like that. I am so excited because for the first time ever in 5.5 years, we are going to have a pastor live on our show. Now, y'all know how we are. We tell the truth. We ask all the real questions. And we're going to do that on tonight. Because your girl, Shan, I got some questions. Good morning, bro. How you doing? I got some questions. And I'm going to ask those questions. So this is what I'm going to say. Buckle up your seatbelt. You know, if you got an issue, don't try to take it out against the kings or the pastor. You need to take that thing to the Lord in prayer. That's what we was taught growing up in the church. So that's what I suggest y'all do. We will be live. Now, this is what I need y'all to listen to. From our Facebook page. Good morning, cousin. Our Facebook page, we're going to be live. And our YouTube channel, we are going to be live. You could go to Google, Marriage Mondays with the Kings Facebook, Marriage Mondays with the Kings YouTube. Boom, it'll be up in there, okay? Now, this is the thing. It's only going to be on those two avenues for 24 hours. After that, you will have to go to Marriage Mondays with the Kings website and go to the Listen Here tab, and boom, it'll be there. Or it should be up soon on Walla TV Network, okay? Because, yes, we just kind of slid that up in there. We didn't make no big grand announcement. Hey, YouTube, let me tell y'all what y'all can do. I'm going to start showing y'all here in a minute. Use that good old Hey Google or Hey Alexa or, Hey YouTube, Marriage Mondays with the Kings. Baby, you'll find us in all type of forms. Now, if you want to listen local, this is how, KRGN 98.5 FM. But if you want to see our faces in the interaction, we will be live and it will be up for 24 hours. Facebook page, YouTube, okay? Thank y'all so much for that. Join us tonight. We're going to have Pastor Graves. He is from the Ark Counseling Christian Center in Plano, Texas. I want to say is where he resides and where his counseling center is. Him and his wife both counsel. Now, it's another thing. I want to talk about community real quick. Y'all stay with me and then I'm going to get in what I'm talking about today. One of the things that me and Kenya always speak about is community. And we don't just talk about it, we be about it, okay? And so the community for today, I want to start highlighting community in my area. But I want to encourage y'all. Get out in the community and support your community. You know what I'm saying? Get out and support your small business. We do that all the time. Any business we need to do, we try to go through small and local business owners before we go to some corporation. No shade, no knock. That's just what we do. How are we supposed to help build a stronger community if we don't support our locals? I love to go down our timeline and see where y'all are shouting out, hey, I just purchased this outfit. Come on, ladies, from whatever boutique. Hey, I just purchased this perfume from this small business owner. We need to because guess what? People need to know who they can trust as well. I ain't saying business owner, sometimes a business can be kind of shifty, but they need to know who they can trust. So I know when the Kings put their stamp of approval on it, because we don't just be fooling with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But community. This past weekend, I had the honor and the privilege, stay with me, to attend a women's conference, okay? This is something I ain't never seen in 44 years of life. And so Word of Knowledge Ministries, this is the program. Let me make sure I get the pastor's name right. Pastor Ron and Janice Watlington is their name. Listen, y'all. Good morning, honey. When you are constantly pouring out into people, okay, I want y'all to think about yourselves, and I want y'all to ask yourself, how are you constantly pouring out to others? Now, that's going to tie with what we're talking about this morning. So God dropped in my spirit when I went to this conference just to chill and receive, because I needed my cup to be filled back up, okay? So when somebody invite me and my husband to marriage conferences that they have at their church, if our schedule allow, we're there. Our word is our bond. Just like a young lady I know, a colleague of mine, a good girlfriend, she invited me to this women's conference. Now I done been in church all my life. God said, sit back and just look and receive. Just fill up. You know what I'm saying? The people were amazing. You hear me? The parking lot ministry worked like clockwork. The brothers was working to support the women's conference. In the weekday, when we would go outside, you know, sometimes it could be kind of, you'd be like, ooh, They were walking the ladies to their car to make sure that they got in their vehicles safely. You know what I'm saying? And it was all done in the spirit of excellence. But the kicker was this. You know, when you go to church, or, you know, especially if you was raised in the church, you're going to have okay, let me get my money for when they take offering. So I had my money in my wallet. I was like, okay, this is the first night. They ain't taking no offering. Okay. Maybe they're going to take it tomorrow. Come back that Friday. They didn't take no offering. But I'm seeing them steady sowing into people. They was giving away gifts. I mean, good gifts. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all they were doing was sowing and pouring into the women. Did not take up offering. Come that Saturday. So Pastor gets up there because he closed out. And he was like, you know, pretty much kind of paraphrasing that. People were asking, why y'all not taking offering, or what do we do with our tithes and all that kind of stuff? He said, listen, we're not taking no offering. They just wanted to give back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real with y'all. I don't know why God taking me here, but I'm going to go there. A lot of times, especially when it comes to church, when you know you're going to have a large group of people, if you ain't going to do nothing else, you're going to take up offering, because the more people, the more offering. But these people right here, no, they didn't do that. They said, no, we wanted to be a blessing and pour into the women. You know what I'm saying? At this conference, we didn't want to take from people. We wanted to pour into. How rare is that? Do y'all know of some churches like that? Now, I ain't saying they operate like that all the time, but that's what they did when I was there. This is something else. And then I'm going on what I'm talking about this morning. So one of the speakers was the first lady's sister. I thought that beautiful women. You heard me? And I was sitting up here, you know how we be in church. I'm like, are they twins? Man, they beautiful. But what was amazing, not just in the natural, when God had me looking at that situation in the spiritual, when First Lady got to praising God and worshiping God and different things like that, her sister, good morning, stood behind her and had her back. Her sister, let me tell you, you got family can't even get together today. You got family that's jealous of each other. I don't know why God got me talking about it, but I will. You got family, your family will backstab you more than your enemies. You see what I'm saying? But God allowed me to see this woman of God covering her sister and praying for her sister in the spirit. That thing right there was powerful to me because of how trifling family has become. I don't know them people from the price of tea in China, as they used to say back in the day. But what was beautiful is that it showed me they was raised right. Okay? How do you, let me just get up off of that. That was amazing. So big kudos to Word of Knowledge Ministries in Killeen, Texas. That was an amazing women's conference. The brothers, y'all did an amazing job covering the women, making sure everything flowed. That was beautiful. So that was the community happenings that, you know, Mrs. King participated in. Now let me talk about what I want to talk about on this morning. Let's see how much time I got with y'all. It is time to separate from some dead things, okay? I brought up the church because it was amazing. But also, when I was sitting there the first night, okay, God dropped this, what I'm about to talk about, in my spirit. So I got my phone, because usually I don't like being on my phone in church, you know what I'm saying? But I had to. So I went to my phone, to my little notes section in my phone, where God gave me the topics for the lives, right? And that's what God dropped in my spirit the first night of this conference. It is time to separate from some dead things. Because, let me tell you what we do, and I was just speaking to a good friend about this. We choose to operate in fantasy. Can I be real? I'm going to tell them myself. when it comes to situations, because our heart and our minds are, your intentions are good. When it comes to people, you want to see the best in people. But people are continuously showing us who they are. We sit up and we wonder, because I had to examine myself, okay, especially during the pandemic. Thank God for the downtime, because me and my husband were running 100 miles an hour doing everything for everybody. But I had to examine myself, and I said, why am I always so tired? Some of us are on dead-end jobs. You know that doggone job ain't going nowhere. You know they're not trying to promote you, but you working like a rampant mule. That was me until God told me to leave in October 2015, and I did not leave that job, because who leaves the government job, right? In 2015, it was a dead thing. I had supervisors making promises to me. Come on, now that'll speak to the singles. Okay, some of y'all who marry, y'all got caught up into this too. You got individuals that make promises to you to try to keep you. Come on, somebody. That right there preaching itself. You got people who will sit up and lie to you and make promises to you just so they can try to keep you. And that's what she was doing. And I was burnt out. I had none left for my family. Everything I do, my favorite scripture is Colossians 3:23. Whatsoever ye do, do it wholeheartedly unto God and not unto men. So that's how I operate, in the spirit of excellence. I don't give a John Brown what a man think, what people think, or whatever. I've never been that type of person to be tap dancing for people. My name ain't Sammy Davis Jr. yet, okay? So with that being said, I'm like, whatever, because I always say, if I do things wholeheartedly unto God, it will always exceed man's expectation. So I don't do nothing to please people. Now, Mr. King, you know what I'm saying? My children. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I love people with the love of God, but we allow people to drain us because we want to see the best in them when they don't want to see the best in themselves. And then this is what I want y'all to think about. Crab in the barrel mentality. Okay, crab in the barrel. What do crabs do? They pull each other down. We allow ourselves. See, we don't want to talk on this morning. We allow ourselves to be in this type of situation. It's a choice. Okay? And we choose to. Well, you don't understand. I just want to help everybody in the barrel. Dead situations. It is time to separate ourselves. God has said to you, that was for a season. It's time to separate yourself. Dead-end jobs. You at a dead-end church. You in a dead-end marriage. You in a dead-end relationship. And guess what we want to do? We want to blame God for everything that is dead-end when it's our choice. Okay? Y'all know doggone good and well, y'all shouldn't even got into that relationship in the first place. Now, it hurts my heart, but if people like it, I love it. When you in a whole relationship like you married, you giving up all type of marriage benefits and all that kind of stuff, and y'all been together for 20 years? That's what we doing? All because I made false promises to keep you. Now, everybody don't want to get married. Teach their own. That's make it do what it do, whatever's, you like. You know what I'm saying? But as far as your girl, now let me holler at the singles real quick. As far as your girl, I already had a son to take care of. You see what I'm saying? When I left to join the military, I wasn't about to take care of a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And so this is my thing right here. I'm 44 years old, and it's funny because it kind of remind me of the older people, because the older people, they always want to tell you how old they are. And I got an old spirit and an old soul. Now somebody gonna get mad on this morning because you the leech, okay? You the leech. And instead of you checking yourself and doing better, you want to blame me. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Now, with that being said, 44 years old, let's just say, God forbid, because I love being married, but I was single right now. I was thinking about this morning. There are a lot of things I ain't gonna put up with. A man, I usually like dating men that are a little bit older than me. My husband is 7 years older than me. I need somebody I don't care about the age, because this is the thing we was talking about too. This is another thing. Just because a person's older don't mean that they're mature in their minds, okay? Because everybody's 70 years old. You could be 15 years old in your mind. I don't want to be with a man that you 50 years old and you trying to walk around like a 20-year-old. And you trying to act like a 20-year-old. And here I am single, got my own stuff, taking care of my kids. And you think you going to come your hind parts up in my situation and you're not going to help make it better? I ain't saying you got to be up here. You know what I'm saying? But you need to be at least here. And I need to know, what are you bringing to the table, sir? You know what I'm saying? Because roles have switched. And now where it used to be women, gold diggers and all that kind of stuff, the men's like, let me get some of that. You know what I'm saying? But if I was single, now we're not doing none of that. What? What'd you say? Oh, okay, your car broke down. Okay, so let me ask you a question. What would you do if you wasn't with me? Because what you're not about to do is borrow this vehicle over here. What would you do? Because see, I need to make sure when situations happen, this is why I'm asking this question, it's deeper than what it appears to be. When situations happen, what you gonna do to handle your business? Because you can't always rely on me when we ain't married. Okay, that's just me. I was thinking about that, but I am married. So what I'm saying is, it should be no reason where a guy's my age or above, women too, where you ain't established. Okay, you're not established in your life. I can see if you went through a bad divorce, you got to start over, whatever the case may be. But baby, you got to have something, some type of foundation. Do you got a trade, certification? Can you cut hair? You got a degree? How many years of work experience you got? See, this is my thing. People get caught up with what they see and end up in dead-end situations. Now, let's go to friendships and families and all that. Now, I'm going to say this, and y'all going to be thinking something in your mind. Y'all, a person is going to come in your mind, and it may be you. But have you ever had conversation with people? And they always come to you, and they like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get my degree. But they've been saying that for the past 10 years. Have you ever had that? Oh, yeah, I'm about to get ready to buy this house. They always talk about what they about to do. Okay, but they never do it. And then they always want to come to you and dump that stuff off in your lap. Dead end situations. Because, yeah, we can have faith all day. That's one of my favorite scriptures, too. But faith without works, what does your work do? What is your actions? You know what I'm saying? A lot of individuals is going through the situation right now with friendships. Listen, I'm 44. My mindset is that of a 64, maybe 74-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time. I got a best friend. I got a best friend I done had since I was 5 years old, okay? You do the math. A real best friend. Not all. Oh, that's another thing that irritates my soul, but let me stay focused. However, I don't have to. Either we going to be friends or we not. You know what I'm saying? And before we take it to that, because you got to have layers to this. Everybody can't be in your inner circle. Either we are going to be friends or we are not. But I'm too old to be sitting up here playing games. And, oh, you don't like me anymore? Oh, why do you unfriend me on Facebook? Because you know it's clicks. You know people got clicks out there. So that's something that I want y'all to think about as well. I bring this up to examine the dead situations around you. A lot of individuals are tired. You are straight up tired. You know what I'm saying? But what you need to do is examine why am I so tired? Who's mentally draining me? Who am I allowing? Let me say that because it's us. Who am I allowing to mentally drain me? Do you know sometimes people will call? Now, you know, some of y'all who done call me and I ain't answer the phone. I got right back. This ain't everybody's situation. But some people will call and I just be like, and keep right on doing what I'm doing. Not today, Satan. I don't have time. I just don't. So, what situations are draining you? Is it that dead end job? Because God told me to leave in 2015. I was disobedient. I didn't leave until 2016. You see what I'm saying? Because I was wrestling with all this and I thought things was going to turn around and all this other kind of stuff like that. And then God was like, oh, okay. You want to be disobedient? My body started shutting down. My hair started falling out. I started looking like a semi-crackhead because I was losing weight and stressing and different things like that because I was staying in something that God told me to get out of. And let me tell you this, with my testimony, I tell everybody to quit their job. You got to make your dollars make sense. You know what I'm saying? My papa always taught me, he was like, don't go and just quit your job unless you got something else lined up. And God was using my staff, one of my staff members, to say, go back to school. Being a counselor was not my thing. We was good. You know what I'm saying? Military, we had retired, you know, all this kind of stuff. We was good. But God was using my staff who stayed on my neck like I was her employee, like she was a supervisor. She come in the office, Miss Chantrell. Did you go and do blah, blah, blah? Miss Chantrell, did you? And I'm sitting up here like, girl, if you don't get your tail out. But when I graduated, I had to say thank you because I didn't know what God was doing at that time. You see what I'm saying? So dead end situations, God will send us signals and say, get out, like that movie. He'll say, get out, but we stay in it. Then we get mad at the supervisor. Then we get mad at the pastor of the dead end church. Then we get mad at these so-called people who call ourselves friends because we continue to allow them to use us. Come on, somebody. Then we get mad at family members because we the one that's continually, well, can I hold something? Come on, how many of y'all got somebody like, can I hold something? Can I hold about $20? I get you back when I get my income tax. And y'all know it's taking a little bit of time for income tax now. So what is it that God is telling you the season is up, but you continue to hold on to those dead things? And let me talk about marriage. I love to see marriages flourish. But when you got into that marriage with the spirit of self and not the spirit of God, when God is not truly the foundation of your marriage, because you know you're going to have some ups and downs, when you know, oh yeah, this is my king right here. Oh, this is my, because baby, look at his body, but you ain't looked at nothing else. And then you sitting up here big mad, huffing and puffing like the big bad wolf because you didn't decide to be this man's wife and he ain't got no character. He ain't got nothing. Where my singles at? You know what I'm saying? Listen. I know he knew the Lord. If he knew nothing else, I knew that man could pray. You know what I'm saying? But because before we entered into the unity of marriage, I remember telling my husband this. We were in Bad Kreuznach, Germany. That military base is closed down, right? It's closed now. But we was in his barracks room in Bad Kreuznach, Germany. And I remember telling my husband, I said, before we go into the commitment of marriage, we both need to go down to our knees and we need to pray to God right now. I told him that, 20 years old, right now. Baby, do you think Mr. King hesitated? We went down on our knees. We held each other's hands. We, prayed in regard to our marriage. And whatever the case may be, we asked God to forgive us of our sins, all those types of things. We didn't go to premarital counseling because it was a different situation back then. You know what I'm saying? But we did go to the Lord in prayer before we even thought about saying I do. So if some of my singles are asking, single ladies, because I really can't talk to them, but hey, you get out of what you need out of it. If they sit up here asking with Shan, what was the determining factor? My husband had a good heart. My husband not just said all the words, because that's how we get caught up as women. Because God has created us to be emotional beings. Baby, let that man say all the right words. He just slid. Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. I can't even say that. This too early in the morning. But y'all use y'all's imagination. He just slid to the fact that y'all doing the horizontal tango. Baby, he looking good, smelling good, driving his cousin's BMW. You think it's his. You thinking, oh, this is, his house. Oh, he got a nice house. Whatever, it's his mama's house because he was out of town. I ain't trying to get on y'all, man, but let's just keep it real. And women, y'all do the same thing. That man ain't never seen you without all the extras. Without all the hair, the lashes, your face beat and all that. Yeah, be cute, but can the man see you in a natural state? You know what I'm saying? And then both of y'all gotta ask, what are you bringing to the table? What is this gonna look like when the two become one? That's the thing. Mr. King had a good work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. He didn't have, he couldn't even borrow a piece of bread or whatever because he had recently got divorced. Let's be real. Where my military at? Y'all already know. He had recently got divorced. I wasn't looking at the man for money. I was looking at his relationship with God. Check. I was looking at, okay, can you at least help get a prayer through? Check. I was not looking at him for his finances, but I was looking at him for his work ethic. Because if I grind, I need to be with somebody who can grind. You see what I'm saying? That's a true power couple. Not somebody leeching off of the other person and, can I borrow $5 and all that. Borrow $5? We married. What, who? Let me get out of people's business because y'all just got mad at me. And I don't know this. Okay, let me tell y'all what the new catchphrase is, and I'm out of here. The new catchphrase is irritating my spirit, and people don't understand how easy you are followers. That's why I think when the time comes to receive the mark of the beast, because people don't think for themselves, baby, you going to receive the mark of the beast. And then you ain't going to realize what you did to after the fact because people are followers. So, first it was when it came to my marriage, I wait for God to bring me my Boaz. But as my husband say all the time, and he ain't lying when you go to the scriptures, okay, Boaz didn't, no, Boaz seen her working, okay, who know the scriptures? She was out there working. He checked her out. Shoot, who is that out there in that field? Working. You know what I'm saying? That's what Boaz did. So you waiting for God to bring you your Boaz, you're going to be waiting for a long time. Okay? Let me just say it like that. That's number one. Number two. Now this thing right now is, I married my best friend. Unless you really know this joker and y'all been some best friends for some years, Why are you saying that catchphrase? Just because you just met this joke on ChristianMingle.com 2 months ago, y'all went down to the courthouse and got married, then you want to be lying to people talking about you married your best friend. Every time I see that on social media, I'll be like, come on now. Think for yourself. What else? What else about this man did you like? What else about this woman did you like? God is telling us it is time for us to separate from some dead-end things. So that peace, baby, that surpasses all understanding that the scripture talk about, baby, I got that peace. Because I ain't got time to be dealing with foolishness. We are on this side. You know what I'm saying? Life expectancy is only so long. And for many of us, we are on this side. We ain't on the younger side of our life expectancy. We on this side. We do not know, just like we don't know the word of God saying in the New Testament, we do not know the day or the hour in which Jesus is to return. For y'all who believe in Jesus, I do. Okay, whatever. The Jesus is to return. We do not know the day and the hour that our ticket is going to be punched. You mean to tell me we done made it through the pandemic and y'all are still, because you need for people to need you, you still dragging around dead situations? Then you get mad at the situation? That's your fault. That's what your girl Shan gonna tell you on this morning. That is your fault. I ain't got time for fake friends around me and my husband. I ain't got time for people to be using us as leeches, baby. And this is the thing. Okay, and I'm out. This is my third closing. Like Pat said, I promise God I'm out. A lot of people say, Shan, you say, that you need to hear from God. Or I say, I hear a lot of people say that you need to hear from God. I don't hear from God. You sure? You sure you don't hear from God? Because let me tell you something. One thing that I noticed, and I was doing some, research and studying and stuff when it came to counseling and different techniques. It's a word. I'm going to say it tonight on tonight's show. Woo! That word had me have an attitude with my doggone self, okay? But I got it for tonight. However, we stay busybodies. We really expect God. No, look at what Jesus did in the New Testament. He was chilling with his homeboys, the disciples, paraphrasing, and then he was like, I got to go up in the mountain. Or I got to go to the other side of the lake. And they like, Jesus, you want us to come with you? He said, no. He needed to go spend some time. You cannot expect to hear from God if you always running 1,000 miles an hour. You need to settle your spirit. You see what I'm saying? God speaks to me in the quiet time. He speaks to me in church. He speaks to me in the shower. He speaks to me at 3 o'clock in the morning when I be trying to sleep and I got to get up and pray or get up and then write down, okay, God, you want me to speak on this? So you can't sit up here and talk about God don't talk. You need to say, why am I not hearing from God? What am I doing to allow me not to hear from God? Settle your spirit. Set yourself down. A lot of us, and God used people, don't get me wrong, but that's how we get led astray. Because we'll just, instead of getting into the word for ourselves, instead of having our own mindset so we don't end up receiving the mark of the beast, somebody, because we following the crowd, and really getting into the word and really taking that time to pray to God. You see what I'm saying? We don't do that. No. But then we sit up here and get mad when we find ourselves in dead-end situations. And who is the first person we blaming? God. And I'm telling y'all, I wish God could talk to us now how he used to in the Old Testament. And you heard that voice coming from the clouds. Now, my child, it's you. Because, baby, we wouldn't know how to act. We would be shooketh, as one of my homeboys say. So, what is the dead situation that you need to separate yourself from? Maybe it's you. Maybe it's that mindset. Your mindset is always negative. I cannot stand to be around woe is me people. I cannot stand to be around people that every time I talk to you, because you jealous because your marriage didn't work, you always talking down marriage like marriage don't work. No. It ain't the marriage didn't work because God ordained marriage. God is the one who created marriage. It's the fact that you didn't work your marriage, okay? So y'all have a blessed week. Join us tonight live, Marriage Mondays with King Facebook, Marriage Mondays with Kings YouTube at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you want to listen in, radio KRGN 98.5 FM, The Rock, okay? Those in the listening area. We will be live on those two channels, or avenues or whatever, with Pastor Grace. He is a pastoral counselor from the Ark Christian Counseling Center, okay? And we're going to ask all the questions. Like I said in the beginning, don't get offended with the Kings, baby, because we don't know you. We don't know your situation. We don't know if you're in church or out of church. Take that thing to the Lord in prayer. Don't bring it here. Try Jesus, not me. So y'all have a blessed week. Blessings to you. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Be a blessing this week and not a curse. Join us tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And Shan will be back with you, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, or whatever, your girlfriend from a distance. Next Monday at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time right here on Marriage Mornings with the Queen. God bless.